So, here's the thing. When you start flipping gaming PCs, nobody really tells you what you're signing up for. It's not just building a rig and waiting for someone to throw money at you. You've got to tune out the noise, figure out what buyers are actually caring about, know when to hold your ground, and honestly, you've got to start thinking like you're running a proper little business. Hi guys, this is the Terra PC YouTube channel, and in this video, I'm just gonna flat out share what I've picked up over the last 6 months. So here it is, 5 things that completely changed how I approach this whole flipping game. Let's get into it. Alright, a quick flashback. It was December and I caught that familiar bug. You know the one where your PC suddenly feels ancient. And you know what I mean. Lagging, freezing, running like it's powered by a hamster wheel. I was rocking a 1080p setup, not bad, but on a 1440p ultra wide, yeah, no chance. FPS drops, stutters, games were absolutely unplayable. Cut to the future, I had completely rebuilt the thing from the ground up. New GPU, new motherboard, faster RAM. The only things I kept were my SSD and PSU. Everything else, gutted. What I did with the old PC parts, I tried selling them over one by one, crickets. A few, is this still available? Messages, then nothing. Then it hit me. Why not build a full PC and flip that instead? I already had a good case, old GPU, and with the new PSU and SSD, listed it as a full plug and play machine. You know what? It sold fast. Like faster than I expected. And from there, I was hooked instantly. So that's how my journey started. And since that first flip, things just kept rolling. Between February and May, I was averaging about 2 builds a month. Solid machines, nothing crazy, just reliable, clean setups. And considering I was doing a full-time job, 2 PCs per month, absolutely amazing. Then came June, the dreaded month for PC flipping. And the whole momentum just died. No sales, no messages, just nothing. That's when I realized slow months are part of the deal. And this brings me up to my first tip. The slow months will actually test you. I started overthinking everything. Was I charging too much? Had the hype died off? I almost started lowering my prices just to feel like something was happening. You know what? I didn't. And I'm really happy for it. Instead, I just used the quiet time to work on stuff. Fixed up my listings, took better photos, posted more often, all across the board. You name it, Facebook, Instagram, and even rebooted this YouTube channel. You can go back a video and see how I did that. But coming back to the topic, in July, one of the builds sold. Full price, no haggling. And that told me a big lesson. Don't panic sell. Just like we see in financial education. Don't panic sell. When you buy an asset, hold. When you know you bought an asset and not a liability, no need to sell for a lower price, even if Mr. Market comes with a very wonky price. And hey, if you want a full breakdown of how I track parts, cost, profit, let me know. Now, let's actually talk about price, because most people scrolling through Marketplace, they're looking for a bargain. And my second tip to you would be price is king. When people go onto Facebook, they want it cheaper than what they've got on eBay or Currys. But here's the thing, profit doesn't come from just throwing parts together and hoping for the best. It comes from spotting the right deals, the actual undervalued gems. I've traveled all over to pick up the good stuff. Buses, trains, you name it. One time a guy handed me a GPU in a Tesco bag. Felt like we were doing some dodgy deals. But hey, that's where the margin is. Now, moving on to actually selling. And while selling, you need to focus on this third tip. Filter out the time wasters. Now look, some of the messages you get will make you question everything. You'll get students, parents, gamers, and then the classics. Still available? Complete silence. Wanna swap for an Xbox and 20 quid? Got a mountain bike, mate. Barely used. Unless that mountain bike comes with a 30/70 tape to it, I'm good, thanks. Be clear in your listings, ask questions, confirm pickup times. If they ghost you or waffle too much, just move on. On to the next tip, and I think this might be the most important one if you take any one from these. Tip number 4, be a consultant, not just a seller. You know, you might have months or even years of experience, and with that, you need to be a consultant rather than just a seller. And this one's important. Don't just try to sell. Talk to the people. Listen to them. Ask them what games are they playing, what's their current setup, what's the budget really. And I'm going to give you an example for this. One time, I had a PC listed up for £200, so not a very high-end PC, and a dad messaged me looking for a new PC for his son. While talking to him, I realized the setup that he already had for his son wasn't even that bad. It was just running on an old hard drive. I told him, look, you don't need a new PC, just add a new SSD in there and you'll be perfectly fine. He was over the moon, and one SSD installed later, kit got faster load times, and even though I didn't make a sale there, I'm really happy knowing that I made an honest advice to someone and helped them out. And now, coming up to the 5th and most important tip, you need to make buying easy. So, consider you've got a buyer lined up, they've found the build that they want, they're ready. But now what? They're hesitating. What could it be? You ask them, they say, £500 in cash? It's a bit difficult. Can I do bank transfer? If the buyer feels solid, go with what's easiest for them. Bank transfer, PayPal, whatever works. Less frictions mean more sales. And so yeah, those are my 5 things that completely changed how I approached the flipping game altogether. And 6 months later, 8 PCs down, it's been an amazing ride. It takes patience, bit of grit, a few late nights on marketplace, but if you love PCs and you're willing to learn, it's totally doable. Very honest, I'm still learning, but it's one of those hobbies that is so rewarding and you're going to love every bit of it. If you like this video, I'm thinking of making it a regular thing. So monthly updates on what sold, what flopped, what builds I'm working on next. And if you're into the financial side of things as well, like tracking costs, figuring out profit, or just knowing what's worth buying, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.